Hi and welcome to program 45 in this series of tutorials and programs that focus on TradeStation EasyLanguage. If you're watching this on YouTube, then please go to MARKPLEX and sign up for our email list, and I'll let you know when I create new programs or tutorials. So program 45 looks for zero rejection in the commodity channel index, that is the CCI. In other words, when a CCI pattern comes down from a certain value, hits the zero line or near to it, and then bounces back up, or you can get ones which come from that direction. You can also get other ones where price comes from below the zero line, hits the zero line, and then bounces back. So you can see both. So what I want to do is just explain the settings for this program and run through the user input. So what we're going to do is going to click on Analysis Techniques. Now you'll notice that this indicator is applied twice to the workspace, and what I'm going to do after I've done this is explain how to do the workspace setup. So first of all, let's look at the inputs. What I'm going to do is just attempt to move that out of the way so that we can see the inputs and the chart at the same time. Okay, so hopefully you can see this, and the first things to notice are 0U and 0L, and these are defining the range between which this zero rejection point here has to be between. So what I'm saying is that that turning point has to occur less than or equal to 0U, U standing for upper, and greater than or equal to 0L. Now the upper determines where this value comes down from. So if we were to look at this value here, that must be greater or equal to upper, and this value here must be greater or equal to the upper value. Now which CCI depends on which CCI you're using. You've got a choice of 4. You can use standard CCI, standard fast CCI, the Markplex smooth CCI, or a fast version of the Markplex smooth CCI, and in this particular case we're just looking at the standard CCI. Now draw text, this is an important one because you notice we've said already this is applied to the workspace twice. So if we are applying it to a subgraph and we want to see this pattern highlighted, then we need to change draw text to false. If however we've got it applied to the price chart like we have here, then it must be set to true. Lower line and upper line, these are these horizontal lines drawn here. Chosen CCI color, this means that the CCI that we're actually using to calculate the zero rejections has this white histogram drawn under it, and we determine the color using the chosen CCI color. CCI color itself is dark gray. That is the regular CCI. In fact, in this case it's the regular CCI, but if we would change this to another CCI, for example, let's change it to 2 and change the color here to say yellow, you'll see that the chosen CCI color will change like so. Okay, so I'm just going to go back to where we were. I'm going to change the CCI back to 1 and CCI color back to dark gray, or let's say light gray, like so. Okay, so other things, show regular CCI. If this is set to true, we see the regular CCI and the fast version of that. If that's false, we just see the smooth CCIs. CCI fast color, smooth CCI color, and smooth fast CCI color, they determine the colors of the CCIs as are drawn. Horizontal lines, color of the horizontal lines. And then bearish and bullish colors, these determine the color of these lines on the chart. So this one, we've set it to green, or in fact, yeah, we set it to green. So bullish color is green. We could change it to another color if we wanted to. And then text color, if we've applied this to a pricing chart, then this is set to white. You can see here the text here is drawn in white. And finally, the values controlling the CCI itself, the CCI length, the fast length, and then two additional inputs which are used in the Markplex CCI calculation. Incidentally, I'm going to make this program available for download, and I will include a sample workspace so that that hopefully will give you some help in setting this thing up. The program, the indicator itself is unprotected, but the Markplex CCI function is protected, and this is created in TradeStation 9.0. Okay, so in the next section what I'm going to do is explain how to set up a workspace. Hi and welcome back to program 45. What I want to do now is just show you how to do a setup. So the first thing is we just got a daily pound-dollar chart here. Happens to be daily, could be another timescale equally. So what I'm going to do first of all is insert the program 45. I'm going to say OK, and the first one we're going to apply to the price chart itself. So I'm going to do a couple of things. One thing is we do want to draw text, so that is set to true. That is correct. And the other thing that we want to do is we just want to go to general, and or rather we want to go to scaling, and we need to turn off the subgraph because we don't want to see that because we're going to be introducing another subgraph in a moment. So hopefully we should see some. Okay, so you can see a bearish one there. Okay, so what we're going to do now is insert another version of the GBP USD chart, and you can see it below here. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to change the style of this so that it will blend in a little bit more with the background. I'm just going to change it to blue in this particular case. And what I'm going to do now is insert the indicator, program 45 again, into this. Now this time we do want to see the lines, but we want it to be applied to subgraph 2. So what I'm going to do is change that to 2. And what I'm also going to do is fix the scale of this indicator. So I'm going to make it minus 250 to plus 250. And let's make sure that that is based on subgraph 2. Okay, and I'm going to say OK. And what I'm now going to do is format the symbol to as well. So we can go into scaling. I'm going to change that to minus 250 to plus 250. Like so, and say close. And what I also need to do here is go back into the analysis technique, the one that is applied to data 2, and what I need to do is change the input. So in this case, draw text is set to false, like so. Having done that, we should now see, for example, let's have a look. When we get text on the price action, we should see the pattern highlighted on the subgraph. So let's see if we're finding any here. Okay, and you can see here we've got a bearish zero rejection. You can see that drawn on the subgraph beneath the chart. So as I say, I'm going to include a copy of this workspace to help you do the setup. Oh, and also incidentally, do bear in mind, and there are ways of automating this, but the inputs for these two programs are entirely separate. So if you're going to expect to see the same patterns being highlighted both on the price chart and on the subgraph, then you need to make sure that these settings are the same. Okay, or at least the numerical ones. So thank you very much. Hope you might find this program useful.